Yep, go for it.
So, hello everyone. Welcome back to another interview session in here. So, we have another person to introduce you with, and he's ASM Sajid. We have a very interesting story to share today. So, stay until the very end to see. As everybody keeps asking that, do we get scholarships? Can we get a full scholarship whenever we're going for master's or PhD? So, we know the answers, but we're going to know more about it today. So as you know, so let me introduce our candidate today, that is Sajid, and he has gotten full scholarship from the University of New South Wales, Sydney, Australia, for his master's research. And he recently got his visa grant as well on 12th of April 2023, which was yesterday. So congratulations from our team, Sajid, for getting through it and for staying motivated until the very end. So
Thank
you
you.
did an amazing job there. So can we start with you to understand what is your feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling great, obviously. It's been an amazing journey so far. So I had my bachelor's in the US, and then I was unsure whether I'll pursue my further career in master's in the US or, some other countries. But later, due to immigration issues in the US, as they don't really grant permanent residency at the end, so I decided to go to Canada at University of Toronto for my master's. And my journey towards Australia is an interesting one because I never really thought of coming to Australia for studying until my brother and sister both went to Australia. So my brother went to University of Melbourne, and my sister went to Macquarie University in Sydney. So they kind of like convinced me to pursue further studies, like master's by research, as I'm a mechanical engineering background. So I applied to UNSW. I feel like I'm kind of excuse me, blessed in a way that I didn't really have to do much for this application. I think it's probably I had a North American degree already, and I had some sort of a research background back in the US and also in Canada. So I combined all those with my experiences, both in the industry and also in the research sector of the both of these universities. And also, I had another advantage, which a lot of people sometimes don't, which is I didn't have to take any English language requirements test. I got a waiver for that. Yeah, and then I just organized everything, and here I am right now
Yeah,
with the visa and everything.
that's great. That makes sense there. That why you got through this. So definitely it's not an easy process, but yes, your backgrounds and everything seems totally up to the mark, more than that. So can we tell about like you were choosing for your master's, right? So can you tell me about a little bit about your course or program that you have chosen for?
Yes, I have actually chosen the master's by research at UNSW, and the focus would be in the mining engineering sector of mining engineering department of the university. And if you ask me more specifically what I'm going to do there, it's basically my research would be focused on coal seam gas. So, like the carbon dioxide, CO2 storage in the coal seam gas, like in the underground. So that's what I'll be doing under my professor.
Oh, that's great. So, if I ask you a question right here, that since you're going for a master's in research, so do you have any experience regarding research from your bachelor's or from the previous masters that you have done?
Yes, actually, I had a little bit of research experience during my bachelor's, but it wasn't any official paper or anything. But during my master's at the University of Toronto, I actually did research, and I had published a paper as well under that. So yeah, that was kind of a boost for me in terms of getting approved for the scholarship. I feel like that was important. Yeah.
Definitely. So we keep asking that whenever we're going for a master's, even for a full scholarship, do we have that experience or not? So people keep asking, and I believe that's the answer that we need from you. So yes, that helped you a lot, and we congratulate you for that. So now you already told us that you have been to US, you have been to Canada as well. So now let's ask you that why did you choose Australia? Though we got a hint of your answers there, that why did you choose Australia there? That's a very good one. Definitely we should be choosing our families over everything else. So can you tell me a little bit more about that, why you choosing Australia as your study destination?
Yeah, this is probably the FAQ, one of the top FAQs I always been asked by a lot of people. Yeah, actually, so yeah, of course, family played a crucial role for me in terms of choosing Australia as my next destination. But apart from that, I feel like I was never a huge fan of traveling all the way across the world all the time, from Canada to Bangladesh or USA to Bangladesh. It was like a hell of a journey. So I was never a fan of that. Secondly, the weather, not a huge fan of too cold, where like Canada is most of the time it's pretty cold out there in Toronto. So my family members, like I said, my sister and my brother, they keep telling me that, here the weather in Sydney is really nice. Also, the weather in Melbourne is pretty good too, and it's closer to Bangladesh as well.
Yeah.
So I really love visiting Bangladesh every now and then. So it's kind of an advantage for me as well, considering the distance and also the weather, and I have my family members and all. Plus, there are opportunities in Australia to get permanent residency as well at some point. So, and master's by research is going to help me greatly in terms of pursuing that.
Yeah, that sounds really intimidating. Yes. So whenever we're choosing Australia or choosing somewhere to go, we must be choosing out that how the weather is, how it's gonna be for you. Because just going there, it's not gonna be helpful, right? So definitely before going there, studying a little bit about it, it's different. So we keep saying that if you're choosing from Canada and Australia, definitely Canada's weather is a lot colder and it gets a lot harder than we think from here. So yes, if you are a person who loves to visit Bangladesh, it it becomes a little bit easier for you to choose from. So yes, hopefully the journey is going to be very helpful for you. So now let's talk about, since you have chosen University of New South Wales, can you tell me a little bit why do you choose the university other than like looking into your profile, it's a little bit easier for you to choose any other universities as well, right? So why do you specifically choose UNSW?
Yeah, that's a great question. I actually explored a lot of other universities as well, such as I know that in Australia, University of Melbourne is one of the best out there. They're
Yes.
really good. Also, Australian National University, ANU, I heard pretty good things about them as well. Monash University, that's a good one too. But I feel like when in terms of choosing university, especially at my expertise level, where I have already had a master's and I'm pursuing further studies, so like my focus area of study is very specific. So I knew that I want to go into the mining sector, as I am from the mechanical engineering background. So it's kind of a little shift towards a different pathway, but still, like I was always focused on the mining, pursuing further studies or research in mining. So I researched a lot, and all those other universities. And then I saw that University of Melbourne didn't really offer anything that based on the area that I was looking for to pursue my research, and any other universities, as a matter of fact. And I saw that the mining engineering department in University of New South Wales, they offer a wide range of research opportunities which are directly related to my interest area. And all the professors are actually doing exactly what I wanted to do. So I had a lot more options there to send out emails, and my interest level and say, I researched, like one of the most important facts I feel like when people want to get 100% scholarship or pursue research is you have to go in depth of the yeah, like the professors that you are trying to reach out. Some people they just create a template and just fill out the gaps and say, send out random emails.
Yes.
And oftentimes professors, so as I was in the US and Canada, I had the chance to talk to the professors in person, and most of them said the same thing, that whenever we see an email, that we immediately know whether it's like just a template people are sending out to all the other professors, or they are actually interested in our work and they actually want to work with us. They're passionate about it. So from there, it's a tedious work. I have to admit that. But again, I sat down, I clicked on each of the professor's profile. I went onto their, I went into their research papers, and then I read through, I took notes, and then I sent out the emails. So based on that, I, chose UNSW by saying, like, these are the kind of research papers that I was looking for, and these are the kind of work I would like to work. That's just.
So everything aligned with your own studies and everything, and whatever you wanted from the professors as well. So that's a very good process there. And thank you for explaining in details for us, because it gets a little bit confusing at times that what we need to do from our side. So Sajid, thank you so much for doing so. So yes, nothing is easy. Definitely, it's a tedious process throughout it.
Sorry, could you?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry so much. Can you please pause for a second? My laptop charge is almost gone. I need to plug it.
Don't worry.
Sorry, I'll be back.
You can keep doing it. Yeah, sure.
I'll be back.
That's okay. No issue.
You can cut this thing, right?
Yeah, we can.
Video.
No issue. No issue. Even if it's there, it's okay. That's okay.
So yeah. He has a very good personality.
No, he's good. He's very different from so far যতগুলো অ্যাপ্লিকেশন দেখেছি বা এ পর্যন্ত যত অ্যাপ্লিকেন্ট দেখেছি
খুব ভালো হয়েছে। এটা আসলে মানুষ জানতে চায় তো যে ফুল স্কলারশিপ কেমনে পাবে। So he's a very good example.
উনি যেটা বলতেছিলেন যে অনেকে মনে করে যে they just can get 100%.
Exactly.
There's a lot of hard work.
I need to explain করব।
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize for the inconvenience.
That's fine. That's fine. It's totally fine from our side. Don't worry about it. We're gonna cut this video off, so no worries. So let's get back to it. So Sajid, thank you for sharing that one up. So everybody thinks like whenever they're giving out an email to their professors, probably they're using a template and just changing a few words from there, probably just changing the paper's name and whatever they did, but we need a more depth of information about the professor. Then the professor thinks about that if you're interested or not. So that gives out. So definitely you had an upper hand, but you did what you did. So that's a very, very good job there. And we are very proud of whatever you have achieved right now. So hopefully it's going to be a more easier process throughout and for the future as well. So now let's focus on a little bit service from our side as well, since you're here. So everybody wants to think that since we are going for a research in masters for research, so we would think that how we could help you in your processing. So let's talk about that a little bit. Please do share up your journey in here, whatever details you have, and how it's going to be helpful for others. So can you tell us about your journey with our team in here? So here we have our Tanvir Bhaiya as well from our team. So he has been known to help out every single students out there. So could you tell us a little bit about him and his service that you have?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I cannot be enough grateful to Tanvir Bhaiya for everything. I mean, he has been amazing throughout the journey. Like I said, I feel like I'm very lucky to have him as the counselor for my journey at this point. And how I got to know Tanvir Bhaiya is through my younger brother, because he was trying to find university as well, and then that's how he found him, and then he connected me with Tanvir Bhaiya and everything, and he said he's extremely helpful. And my brother always says, even a few days ago I was just speaking to him, he said that, you know what amazing thing about Tanvir Bhaiya is, like, he goes above and beyond. Like there are some things, like he works for a company, but there are some things he has done for me and for also my brother, and those are the things that's definitely not in the description of his like of his job. But then again, he did it, and like I said, that's something an extraordinary person can do, and I really I'm very emotional that he
No,
helped
no,
me throughout this,
yeah.
and he's just phenomenal in that sense. And with overall the journey, Mr. Masri worked with us as well, along with Tanvi Bhaiya, and everyone has been really helpful. So basically, how I got into the ship of Educate is I applied for my master's by research. Like the whole application package was done by me actually, but then after submitting the application, I came across Educate, and then we both collaborated, we connected, and then they took over the case from me. So from there, like the scholarship results came in and my admission results came in, and everything was all good. And then I think during my visa process was the biggest help that I got from Educate at that point is there are some complicated issues. I mean, everyone has their own stories during the visa, everyone has their own problems. I feel like no visa application is super straightforward. Like everyone has some issues, and you get to overcome those. So whenever I seeked out help or information or advice from Tanvi Bhaiya and also Mr. Masri in that sense, and they both always told me, like, don't worry, there is a way. There is a way to get out of this. I can just share a simple story. I was really worried about my police clearance certificates. Not that I'm a criminal or something. It's because like I left the US and I lived there for 5 years, and I didn't really get any police clearance certificate from the US government. But Australia visa, they require police clearance certificate from any countries that you lived for more than 12 months, I believe, or 6 months, something like that.
Okay.
So that means that I would need a police clearance from the US, and I didn't have it, unfortunately. So I was very worried. And also the Canadian one, I didn't have that. So I reached out to Tanvi Bhaiya as usual. And one great thing about Tanvi Bhaiya is and I really love it. It's very professional. And a lot of people, like a lot of agencies, even in Bangladesh, tend to see they have a tendency to, just say out things without knowing about it. Like let's say I'm a mechanical engineer, and then you suddenly came out to me saying, "Oh, Sajid, I used to work for Siemens." "Oh, Sajid, you work for Siemens. Okay, so can you?" And you're asking me advice for civil engineering stuff. So if I just say it, just by saying it, that, "Oh, no, I think you should do this and that," but that's not right. So that's the main thumb rule as a professional, that you should not comment about things that you don't have expertise on. So that's what I love about Tanvi Bhaiya is like whenever I reached out to him, because I was more comfortable with him, because I've been speaking to him since the beginning. And instead of telling me that, "Oh, Sajid Bhai, do this and that," he would always say that, "Bhaiya, I understand your concern. Don't worry. I'm speaking to Mr. Masri because he's the expert on this." And that's where it actually draws the difference between professionalism and unprofessionalism. So I really, really appreciate it. And he always has done that for me. And he always, tried to calm me down at times when I was anxious, and he always helped me throughout. And so, yeah, overall, so that police clearance thing, what happened is at the end that Masri said, don't worry about it, even if you don't have it, and the situation says that you just can't really travel to the US because you don't have a US visa to get the police clearance. So there's a way out. The way out is we're going to write an application by explaining the situation, because everyone's situation is different, like I said. And then that should work out fine. And you just submit whatever you have. So yeah, these are the things, these are the times that I was anxious, and Educate helped me. So overall, the process was really smooth, and
everything seemed okay at the end. So yes, that's a very good journey there. So definitely at crucial times, whenever we are taking help from others, that are the things that we appreciate the most. So yes, we are very grateful that you came on, and we could help you out from our team as well. So that's a very good thing. And we are very happy that you could come up with your results right here. So if we ask about our service, so I think that you gave your answers perfectly fine, but are you satisfied and happy with our service that we gave until now?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm delighted. I'm delighted to be able to work with Sanjay Bhaiya and the Educate team. Everyone has been really helpful. Very, very professional, very kind, very understanding. Yeah, and I can't ask for more.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you so much. Yes, that gives you a happy number there. So yes, everybody keeps thinking like if they need any help or not from others, but trust me, through the process to make it more easier, it's nothing like asking help from others is gonna make you a little bit lower than others. It's from through the process out if you're asking the right person with the right profession because they've been doing it for a very long time. So if you're taking help, it's not going to make anything worse for you. So yes, that's a very good thing. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. So we have here, so everybody keeps asking, like whenever we're going to an agency, people keeps asking, like, this is the money that we are going to be charging for our service from our side. So did our team or Tanvir Bhaiya or any other members from our team charge you any kind of a fees or any service charge until now?
Absolutely not. It's totally free.
Solely free, right? Yes. So we keep saying that it's free, but people do not keep trusting on us. So thank you, Sajid, for saying
Absolutely
so.
free.
Yes, that's a free service there we are giving out to help you to take your journey further and to keep your dream fulfilled until the end. So hopefully that gives you an answer there. So he already told us about where he had got to know about us and how he got the references and all. So if we ask you, Sajid, in future, if anybody from Bangladesh or anywhere else asks you out about us or any agency that is going to help for the Australian education system, so would you recommend us for them? From
Yeah,
our
10 on 10. 10 on 10 recommendations.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you from our team as well. Yes, so we could give the ones, and that is the best. So I think we have all our information that we needed. And thank you for sharing our journey. Everybody's going to be motivated listening to your one. And yes, so if we ask ourselves that all the students keep asking that if we can get the full free scholarship or not in Australia, yes, it's definitely a long process, but if you keep working for you, it definitely you're going to get there. So thank you, Sajid. From our team, we wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Please do keep us there and keep understanding through the process, and hopefully you're going to be there in Australia very soon. So until then, have a really good one. So Tamripa, in the process, if you want to share something about Mr. Sajid in here with others and whatever the process was, if you want to share about your experience in here a little bit before we end up.
Okay, thank you, Afrin, and congratulations, Vaya. I've never met you in person. This is the first time I'm seeing you like face to face.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
same.
someday I'll meet you when you are here, because I live next to UNSW and I've been most of my life I was here, either in Randwick, Kensington, or Coogee. So it's not far. So when you are
Yeah,
here,
of course.
we'll probably catch up very often, I guess.
Absolutely.
And what I want to say is that um, Sajid's case was really, really unique and different for me, because we don't do many research cases or like PhD cases, for example, unless it's really a good one. So, so there is a pause there. So anyway, can you hear me, guys? I don't know why there's been. I think there is a bit of a pause there. Anyway, so I will conclude this, Sajid, and congratulations again, and hope to see you soon. And his case was really, really, different for, like sort of, I don't know how to explain that. I was always making sure that he gets the answers. And I spoke to our team that we need to make sure that his case gets through, because our partner was Educate and SCIC and UNSW. We directly work with them, and UNSW had a very good relationship with the UNSW team as well, and they took it seriously. And immigration wise, his documents were fine, so we didn't have any issue with that. So we're very confident from from day one that he will get through. And because he went to, his background says it all. and he did enough research, and he did all his work, the hard work that he has done. Because a lot of students and applicants from Bangladesh, India, and other countries, they think that when they go for apply for, let's say, masters of research or PhD even, they think it's very easy. They just try to do certain things, but it doesn't work like that way. It's very, very different. The process is very different and tedious, as Sajid said, and he had the experience already. So again, I hope that this session will be very helpful for the future, the applicants from other countries, not only from Bangladesh. And thank you, Sajid, for your time with us. And I hope you enjoyed our journey, and hope to see you soon. That's all I can say. And say my salam to your brother, sister, and your family also. And I know you have one more case. I need to solve that. I don't want to disclose that here, but I have to solve it today or tomorrow. From your family.
No, thank you very
much. We have the trust in you that you're going to make him through. So we're almost done with this. So hopefully everything is going to be perfect for you throughout the journey, before and after. So keep going, Sajid. Best of luck from us as well.
Thank you.
So thank you for sharing, and thank you for giving us your time as well. And thank you, Tanvir, for helping each and every single one of us to go through his journey and anyone else's. It might be easier, it might be a little bit tougher, but trust me, if you're seeing a dream, you can fulfill it if you're keeping up with your journeys and all. So keep up your patience. Hopefully you can share your journey like Sajid as well with us. So that is the end of our today's interview right here.
So I want to add one more thing, Afrin.
Yeah, sure.
That the reason I'm, that I was so attached, it's not that I don't, like help other individual cases. I also graduated from UNSW. I did my bachelor's and master's, and I lived on campus. So when he talks about like his, like, I'm gonna do the research, this and that, one of my actually roommate, like, he did 4 years research, like the full-fledged. He was from Iran, but he's I think he's some kind of scientist. I don't know what he's doing there. Nuclear scientist or something. He was really good at. So I know how it works. So that gives me more confidence that I think I can get through this. I can help him. And of course, I'm an alumni, so I really wanted to make that happen for him. I'm not a good student like him. I'm just an average student from UNSW, but it's a long story. But for him, he, coming from US, and he's a graduate from UFT, and then coming all the way from Canada and North American education system to, because of his like he want to pursue something else, and his families are here, and his younger brother is studying at Melbourne University, which is like one of the Group 8 university again, that one too. Yes. I helped him, but I don't know how much help that was, but hope to meet him again, like when he's here. I would like to meet your younger brother as well. I never met him. I never saw him actually. And I don't even have his picture either. So anyway, thank you, Aya, and thank you, Afrin, again. And we'll conclude here. And you can do the conclusion note if you want.
Yes. So definitely that's the end. So hopefully if you have any confusions or any questions regarding this, please do let us know through our Facebook page as well. If you have any further confusions or anything that we can help you out with, if you think so, then please do let us know about that. You might think like taking help would make it less for you, or regarding any research or anything. Yes, definitely you need to do your own research about your program. You need to study about it, so you need to know that which university is going to be best for you. Regarding professors and all, just reaching out to them without any preparations is not going to help you out through the process. So that is the end of our today's session. Thank you for staying until with us. So I believe we can conclude in here. Thank you, Sajid. Thank you, Tanvir, for your time as well. So concluding right here. So you can
okay, I'll stop.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Sajid, for your time.